Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everybody, welcome all of you, alhamdulillah, to this beautiful program. What did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam say? I'm honored to have your presence, alhamdulillah. I'm honored and I'm grateful that you are listening to these beautiful sayings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. And then not only that you are listening, but you are also learning, you are also seeking, you are also gaining. According to the hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, the one who knows 40 hadiths of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam by heart, right? They will be amongst the scholars, the ulama on the day of judgment, the people of great rank and position. So my beloved, our attempt here, our intention here, inshallah ta'ala, is to at least give all of the ones that are listening at this moment in time to learn these beautiful hadiths of Rasulullah alayhi salatu, very concise, very short, but to the point. Alhamdulillah, ya Rabbil Alameen. Today's hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam, upon this beautiful program, alhamdulillah, what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam has said, my beloveds, is the following hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. I'll say that again, inshallah ta'ala. What a beautiful saying of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, narrated in Al-Bukhari, one of the most authentic compilations of hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best of you are those who learn the Quran and then teach it. The best amongst you, yes, amongst those who are listening, whatever you know, doesn't matter how much you know. If you know one verse, if you know a few words, if you know one chapter, if you know one part of the Holy Quran al-Kareem, one surah or one para or whatever it is that you have learned, and you sit with someone and you teach it. First and foremost, of course, you learn yourself and you implement it, you practice it, and then you give it to others. Look what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the best amongst you are those who learn the Quran, who seek the Quran, who understand the Quran al-Kareem, and then do what? Don't keep it to themselves. They're not miserly, they're not greedy. They don't do that. In fact, these are people who, inshallah ta'ala, once they have received and gained and reaped the benefits, they do not ever keep it to themselves. They share it with others. They are generous with their knowledge, my beloved. And let me tell you, from hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it becomes an obligation upon the person of knowledge to teach others, to give to others. And this is the beautiful tradition of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and ad-din al-Islam. We on this deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a religion, is a faith, is a dogma, philosophy, a concept which is about sharing with others. And the greatest treasure, the greatest bounty, a greatest that anyone can give to anybody else is none other than knowledge. Then knowledge, and the greatest of knowledge, according to our tradition of ad-din al-Islam, is Al-Quran al-Kareem. Because it is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My beloved, Islam is the bounty of Allah. It's the gift of Allah. Al-Islam. Inna ad-deena inda Allah al-Islam. Indeed, the religion which is close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Islam. Meaning what? Islam meaning that you are submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That you do as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do. Yes, you stay away from what is wrong and false because he wants you to stay away from and engage in those activities which he loves. He wants you to be part of. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. My beloveds, it is Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala's mercy that he made us from the people of the Quran. It's a great blessing. Let me share with you. I lived in the Arab world for a number of years. And one of the most beautiful things I realized was I could sit in a taxi, I could be in a shop, I could be on the street, wherever I was listening to the Holy Quran al-Kareem. People were listening to the Quran on the radio, they were listening to the Quran through the cassettes and CDs and DVDs, they were listening, they were reading the Quran. They're standing at the bus stop, right? They're on the buses, right? Are they in the bazaar, sitting there just waiting for, people to come and do business with them? What have they got in their hands? Al-Quran al-Kareem. Why? Because they wanted to know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from them. They wanted to know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala desires from them. My beloveds, This is true learning of the Holy Quran. And they didn't only keep to themselves, but then they also give it to others. It doesn't mean you go on teaching to everybody if you do not have that capacity, but at least teach to those, give to those who are close to you. If you're a father or a mother, your children, right? If you're an uncle and auntie, your nephews and nieces, of course. If you are a person of understanding and you have this etiquette and mannerisms of calling people close to yourself, then you can broaden. Yes, you can broaden the people that you discuss and converse with. Look, this is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Quran al-Kareem is the direct speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is the book that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given for our guidance, the guidance of all of humanity. This is the Quran al-Kareem. Life with the Quran is in reality, my beloved, life with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, made a point that should affect the hearts of every believer. Every single believer should reflect over these words. The best of you are those who learn the Quran and teach it to others. Even if you know one verse, whatever you know, if you are a young person and you say, oh, I only know the first para, I only know the first chapter, I only know 2 or 3 surahs, doesn't matter. Whatever you know, you give it to someone else, because believe me, your knowledge will increase by manyfold, inshallah ta'ala. Wa akhiru da'wana walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you, keep you in his protection, inshallah ta'ala. Till next time, on what did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say with Imran Muhammad. I will hope to see you, inshallah.